जय हिंद बच्चों. So in this video we will study more about tissues. So in previous videos we have studied what are tissues and how in plants these tissues are classified. Like in plants tissue, they are classified as meristematic tissues and permanent tissue. So we have studied about meristematic tissues and in permanent tissues. Also, the permanent tissue further classified into simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. So we have studied this simple permanent tissue in our last video. So there are three types like parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. So in this video we will cover this complex permanent tissues. Right? So there are two types, xylem and phloem. And in previous video we have studied that why they are called the simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Clear? So in this video we'll cover this complex permanent tissues, right, and how they are classified. So these complex permanent tissues, so why we call them complex? Because they are made up of more than one type of cells. Clear? So simple permanent tissues, they are made up of one type of cells. So all cells are of same type. But in complex permanent tissues, the cells are different. So and all these cells, they coordinate to perform a common task. And that is the quality of a tissue. See, whatever the cells, they perform a particular task. That's why I call them tissues. So now complex permanent tissue, they are basically of two types, xylem and phloem. Right? So they both are conducting tissue. Conducting tissue means they conduct something, right? So and they both constitute a vascular bundle. So we will study more about vascular bundle when we will study about the stem and root. See, so first we'll take the xylem. So in xylem there's a four type of elements, right? So if we name them, they're tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. So don't get confused with these difficult names. They are easy to remember. So when we'll study their diagram and how they look like, it will be easier for you to remember these names, right? So these are nothing but cells only, but we have given them different name because their shapes are different, right? So let's see how the tracheids they look like. So if we'll see the tracheids, they're elongated, okay, and they have these perforations. Perforations means you can say these holes. From there things can come out and go, right? So we call them pits, right? So these are perforations and these are called pits, and these are called the tracheids. So another element is vessel. So in vessel, the cells, they have the broad. The lumen is broad. Here there's a lumen is narrow in tracheids. And they are tube-like. And they also have these perforations. See? These are nothing but these are pores and we call them pits. So these are vessels. And see, xylem fiber. If you see xylem fiber, it is nothing, just elongated structure and with thick wall. It's like a fiber. And xylem parenchyma. So if it says xylem parenchyma, this is parenchymatous cell, nothing but just simple parenchymatous cell, thin walled. And they are present in xylem, we call them xylem parenchyma. Right? And we have studied now these structures separately, right? But they are grouped together. And in a structure, how they looks like, I'll just show you. If we see the structure of xylem, they are arranged like this. This is vessel, clear? And so if we'll draw this one more, above this there is a one more vessel, then one more trachea. It is like that. Just we have drawn just one a portion of it. So if you see one portion of xylem, it looks like this. So this is vessels, this is vessel, this is tracheid. See, this is xylem fiber and this is xylem parenchyma. Clear? So you can clearly see this diagram. This is the diagram of a xylem. So we have drawn a section. So down also you will see same type of structure. Clear? And upward also see same type of structure. So what is this role of this xylem? So role of xylem is to conduct water. Okay? So it helps in conduction of the water, that's the xylem. Okay? So transport of water, and with along with water minerals are also transport. So transport of water and minerals vertically. Okay? So it's a tubular structure, tubular-like structure. So both tracheid and vessels, they help in the transportation of water. So as a xylem whole conducts water. And this, if we see this xylem fiber, it gives support to the structure. Clear? So these tracheids and vessels helps in transportation of water and mineral, and the xylem fiber, it gives support, right? And this xylem parenchyma, it stores food, right? And help in sideway conduction of water. Clear? So this is about xylem. So another complex permanent tissue is phloem. Right? So in phloem also there are 4 types of element. Okay? So these are sieve tubes, companion cells, phloem fiber and phloem parenchyma. Same way the xylem fiber and xylem parenchyma, same way phloem fiber and phloem parenchyma, and difference comes here in these 2 elements. In xylem there are tracheids and vessels, here sieve tube and companion cells. Right? If you see their structure, if you see this xylem as a whole, phloem as a whole, so the structure is like this. See, this is companion cell. Clear? See, this is companion cell. And this is sieve tube. Clear? It's a tube-like with tube plate where there is a pores or perforations so that things can move in both the directions. Right? Same way, this is another sieve tube. Right? And this is nothing but phloem parenchyma. See, these are parenchymatous cell that we have drawn. Right? And here is the phloem fiber also. The fiber role is just to give support to the structure. Okay? So these are parenchymatous cells, sieve tubes, phloem parenchyma, and these are companion cells. Clear? So this phloem looks like this. Yeah. So it's a complex permanent tissue. Yeah. So what is the role of this phloem is to transport food. Right? So and these elements, they help in the transportation of food. So, and how they do it and more about this you will study in your higher classes. So this is about this complex permanent tissue. Right? We'll do more about tissues in next video. Thank you students. Thank you so much.